Which bottle am I drinking?
The Pepper Jack.
Oh. Hi, guys. Happy birthday to me. Well, it won't be my birthday anymore when you're listening to
It
this.
is birthday today.
It is my birthday today.
Bec Day, sorry.
Bec Day, yes.
Not like it used to be. It used to be Bec Month.
It can still be Bec Month. Can drag it out.
You can drag it out.
Well, I can have another second birthday weekend this weekend.
Second birthday.
Yeah, I can.
I made her a birthday pizza.
Yes, it was delicious.
I couldn't find a candle to put on it. I was going to do a candle. I was going to take a picture, and that would have got you out of having to do your thumbnail. But then I realised the thumbnail's really easy.
What?
Just Bec in her birthday suit.
No.
I think everyone will love that. Yes, I really think it's a good idea. It's just vote down. We'll put a vote down below.
Not doing me in my birthday suit.
Well, our
pervert.
Our what's it called? Our Patreon it'll be running by then, won't it?
Yeah, should be.
Yeah, so the Patreon will be running. We can put the whole set up there. Bec in her birthday suit.
We're not doing that.
I was going to hire one of those Chinese naked-looking marshmallow suits.
What?
Oh, you haven't seen them?
No, I haven't. I'm not a pervert.
It's like a sumo wrestling suit, but you can take the sumo bits off and just a naked sumo.
Oh my God. No, I have not seen those. I'm not a pervert. I don't look up this stuff. I don't know what you do in your spare time, but...
It's a fancy dress. It wasn't porno. Hang on. I'm certain something came in a feed from something you're looking at. Not sure.
Oh my goodness.
I was just come back from up Cairns. I took my son up to see Mum because she's now in a nursing home, which is the last thing I think she'd ever let me do. She's so happy there.
That's good.
Like, she is so happy there. And it doesn't smell like a hospital, and it doesn't smell like a nursing home. So it doesn't have a hospital smell about it, and it doesn't have that urine-y, sick, cheap, nasty...
I haven't really spent too much time in nursing homes.
When I was younger and driving, one of the companies we were delivering for was stuff for nursing homes, like medical supplies for nursing homes. The ones in through Hawthorne and Camwell, that you could smell them as soon as you got out of the car, just urine.
Why?
They were sort of filthy. And even where Dad was staying, even that had a urine-y smell.
Gross.
But this is like, I couldn't get over. They have nail days where all the ladies can go out and get their nails done. They get face massages and cleansing rubs and hand massages. There's a hairdresser on site, full time. There's all this stuff they get to do.
That's pretty cool.
Mum just sits in her room. She's gone back to doing her crafts, though. She's doing crafts in her room.
Arts and crafts.
Arts and crafts.
Why is there so many ants here?
Why? Yeah. There's a lot of ants on the Dandenongs. There was something about 10 years ago saying there was some massive ant nest on the Dandenongs that took up half the Dandenongs. They were all related. They're all brothers and sisters.
Interesting.
That might be why they all walk around like you, in circles.
I do not walk in circles. Maybe I do sometimes.
In circles?
Sometimes I do.
On the plane,
really yes.
So I kept on getting pestered by Qantas. You can bid for an upgrade. Wouldn't you like to fly business class? And they show like the most expensive business class seats you've ever seen.
Yeah, but it's not going to be that.
You know it's not going to be those seats. It's just going to be a bench seat.
Yeah.
And so I just thought, no, stuff it. We had exit rows, so it didn't matter anyway.
Sorry, I'm just paranoid. I'm checking. Yes, you had exit rows.
So it didn't really matter anyway. And then more so on our flight back, the hostess must have come back over to me 3 or 4 times and said, would you like some wine from the business class area? And we can get your lunch from that area if you'd like to.
That's so nice.
It was really nice.
Did you do it?
Of course.
Of course. Sorry, that's really...
To Lynn's disgust.
Did Len not get it?
No,
because he's not
No, he could have had it.
Oh.
But Len didn't want wine. I don't know what he was drinking. I don't think about the food. That's right, because I wasn't really hungry. I'd already pigged out in the lounge.
Pigged out.
Absolutely pigged out. So I'm playing, one of the things while I was up there, I was cleaning out all Mum's old stuff from her retirement village. And all her jewellery. She said she just had a little box she wanted, and she said the rest of it, my sister and I could do whatever. And I found this crystal. It reminded me of MGK's crystal. So I thought I have to have an MGK crystal.
When I told Jared about it, he had no idea what you were on about. Was that a really big part of the movie?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Oh, it's your favourite singer.
It's not my one of my
you're
favourites.
too interested in looking at the bulge in a pants and watching his crystals.
It's not. I just couldn't.
No, his crystal was brought up a couple of times.
Yeah, I can't
I think
remember
just
it.
before, he's so. Oh, no, I can't say it's a spoiler alert.
Yeah, spoiler. I might rewatch that movie.
At the end of it, he put the crystal somewhere.
I might rewatch that movie.
Why don't you watch something new?
Well, I can't remember a lot of it, so it's kind of like new.
Oh, it's him pretending he's a rock star, most of it.
Mm.
Like, this is what my life really is, but it's it's not. Did they lose that? Although you wouldn't know they're fighting. Maybe it's gone on. Maybe they started the fire to burn down the house, so they don't have to divide it up.
They weren't married.
That still doesn't matter about being married.
Well, apparently she's
You're not married.
Yeah.
Well,
I am about to be.
But you're not.
Apparently she's bought
Flizzy.
herself she bought herself a house after they split up.
Oh, so they have split up.
Apparently.
Oh.
I don't know.
Where's you, Mrs. Goss?
No. Gossips.
Goss. So
What else did you take any photos while you were up there?
I took my camera, didn't take a single photo.
What were you planning on taking
took
photos of?
5 photos with my iPhone.
What did you take your camera up for? Like, did you have plans to? Or were you just going to do like family photos or?
I thought I took it up just in case family photos because they all went berserk over the photos I took
At the wedding.
of our Christmas ones and
yeah.
but also was hoping there'd be those beautiful storms that come up near Tracy's place and just go out into the
to
out
landscape
into the
photography.
beach and do the lightning strikes.
That could have been cool.
Yeah, no, that's mainly why I only took one camera and a couple lenses.
That could have been cool.
Didn't use them once. Didn't even know it in the bag.
Didn't you?
And they've got the new machines in Tullamarine Airport now. Where you go into the machines is a different area now. It's like a temporary area. And it's got all their new fangled machines. No laptops out.
Oh.
I said to him, I'll just take my hard drives out because I always said, no, the machine won't knock it back. No. I said, can you keep looking? If you see me wave, you know it knocked it back. And it knocked it back and I waved, he saw the bag come back up. He saw him talking to the guy.
That's so good.
And the same happened in Cairns. Yep. No, it won't. You leave me in there, it won't get knocked. And it got knocked back.
Every time.
Every time.
Every time.
What would I know?
Exposing on my face. No. I can't see from here. I'm blind. What was I going to say? I had a train of thought and I forgot it.
Yeah, a train of thought. It wasn't a bus, was it?
Speaking of photography, I had my wedding makeup trial.
What's that got to do with photography?
I'm getting there. And I was talking to the makeup artist and asked her how long she'd been doing makeup, blah, blah, blah. She used to be a photographer herself. But she did event photography. She said she absolutely hated it.
Event is pretty hard. Well, it depends. It's all different events. There's that event that a few of the people get into, the nightclub ones, where you have a look and you walk around taking photos. You've got to have them all uploaded with the venue's logo on it before the next day so people can get them off the venue to give the venue free publicity. Yeah. And you get paid, and then you get a few people want to buy copies. And they sort of work all night for like $100, $200.
Yeah.
And it's they're always, I want to copy that person's action, their look, their LUT, and they all try and fight over their different LUTs. It's one of those things I know lots of people doing it because I was lucky enough to have a venue that booked me as their VIP photographer. Oops. So I was employed when I had a very important person coming in, and I was the one to get those shots so I could go into the green room with them. It was funny, especially at Chases, there's always 15 or 20 photographers there. And I showed there was a Miss Tropicana competition, which is a beachwear friggin' competition. And I think there was about 30 photographers there that night. And they didn't like me because I got most of the photographers kicked out of the change room. They were friggin' perverts. They were full perverts. They didn't lift their camera until someone was trying to get changed. They just went to the owner and said, this is unfair to the girls.
Yeah, for sure.
There's no need cameras need to be in the girls' change room.
Yeah, they're just being pervs.
And then they all got angry and said, well, what, you want to get shots that aren't used inappropriate for these girls? And these girls are like only 18, 19, 20. This is people's daughters or sisters. And I said, well, I'll teach you how to do laser photography. And once I showed them a trick with the laser shows, I was king of the kids. But they just hassled me every night I went there. Oh, what are I'm having troubles with it. No, should never have done that.
Bless.
But yeah, that was back in the days. I used to hate that. Like I met some.
Yeah, she didn't say what events she did, but she said she didn't like it. And I think she said that she'd shot a wedding or two and she said she absolutely hated doing weddings. I was like, yeah, I can't, my hat goes off to wedding photographers. It must be so stressful.
Oh, yeah, I've said that a lot. I said, there's no way known.
It would just be, I would be so stressed.
It's funny, when a lot of the ones I met in the early years, because I was in the association for photographers, they all rave about how much they love it. And I used to have this thing, so on a day you have off, would you go out and shoot one for nothing? No.
So we
and I said, well,
it
I'll go and shoot a fashion shoot for nothing because I love it so much. But I also knew that if I shot it right, I'd pick up a new client or get a sale.
Yeah.
So
actually, that's she also told me that she shot an engagement once, like an engagement party, and after it, I can't remember.
She shot the breakup party.
No. Her camera got stolen from her car.
With all the, oh yeah, see, all that stuff really freaked me out. I always used to think, what happens if I'm driving from the bride's house to where they're going to get married and I have an accident?
Yeah, but then she said that like she felt awful for the couple because they've just can't do that again.
Well, they could. Free party. Well, it wouldn't be free.
And she felt horrible and she gave them their money back and stuff. But then they started accusing her of
oh, she didn't really happen. She got shit photos and didn't want to show them or something.
I don't remember what they were just I got really shitty at her and she was like, what reason do I have to lie about this? Why would I want to keep photos of these people I don't know's engagement party? What benefit of that is it to me?
Yeah, but she wouldn't get paid for a start.
Well, she gave them the money back.
Yeah.
Anyway, she said that she didn't really enjoy it and that's why she does makeup now instead.
So does she only do wedding makeup?
No, she said she does a lot of makeup for events and stuff as well. So I guess
But not photo shoots and fashion?
No. And she said she does a lot of education stuff as well, but she was really good. I normally absolutely hate getting my makeup done. I feel like they change my face too much or they don't do something right. And she just did such a good job. She didn't change my face. It still looked like me. She even did my eyebrows right.
She blended your cutting too, not like you.
So, it was so
She
good.
did do a good job. So good. I saw, how many pictures did you take of yourself that day?
So many.
I know, because I saw some come up
Yeah,
today.
I posted a little selfie dump of...
But you didn't make them all that they were on the same day. You shuffled them in. Sorry, that makeup looks very similar to driving home makeup.
Yeah, well, I did a selfie dump because it's my birthday and put some photos of me and Jared in there as well because it's my last birthday with my current name.
Oh, so that's his last birthday with current name.
What? I'm excited.
You don't tend to name your name anyway.
I know, but I'm excited for season 32 of my life.
Season 32.
Yeah, it is season 32. But no, if we ever needed to use a makeup artist, we don't really use makeup artists that often, but if we did, I'd definitely message her and see if she'd be interested because she was fantastic. I brought in some reference photos. Of course, I showed her Adriana Lima photos.
Of course. Well, she did put a little bit of a similar eye.
Well, that's kind of what I showed her. I showed her that and said, and then she's like, okay, so I was like, not big smoky.
Panda smoky, yeah.
I was like, just actually like a tight smoky. I was like, yes, exactly, a tight
still
smoky.
ending up black, but not too wide.
Yeah, and she just
Yeah, it looked like it was blended well.
she nailed it, and I was getting really nervous though because where I was sitting, I couldn't see, like I wasn't in front of a mirror. And there was, like, I could turn my head and there was a mirror, but I was sitting there with my glasses on, so I couldn't see what I looked like. And then, like, I didn't get to see it until she was finished. And then she finished and hands me, and I was like, oh, God, like, what if I look in the mirror and I hate it? But no, I was blown away.
Yeah, that would be funny. Sure, that person, if you don't know, Bec's the person that walks into a shop and doesn't see anything she likes, but then has to buy something where she won't walk out without anything.
And I'm also very expressive with my face.
You are very expressive with your face. So expressive.
But no, I loved it. So, no, it was good. Very
well, it's
good.
good because it's been since Instagram, there's been a massive downfall of makeup artists. They tend more to be trained by makeup companies, not trained by makeup schools. And they're amazing at doing one eye. Trying to get both to match is a different thing.
Yeah.
But again, I still feel that a lot of the photos I really like of other people's, I'm hardly ever going, oh, look at that makeup, which means it's been blended to a point you don't.
You don't really, yeah. Well, I guess, like, for me, you can tell that I've got makeup on because I do dark eyes, but I know what you're saying.
Oh, yeah, but you're not going, oh, look at that makeup.
Yeah.
That's more
Oh
dog.
my gosh, dog.
Quite posty. Like they heard the motorbike.
Oh, sorry about that.
Sorry about the dogs. Well, one dog's deaf and blind, so I don't know why he's barking because he's deaf and blind.
Are you sure I'm not overexposing on my face?
Don't look like I'm overexposing on the shoes. Oh, is that my wife coming down? Oh, that's why the dogs are going stupid. So my
Come
wife.
through.
Yeah, you're going to have to walk through. Everyone in the world's going to see you now.
Sorry.
I apologise now. I could try and edit it out. Just walk through.
Just walk
It's cool. And you can look after the doggers.
The doggers. What were you saying? Makeup artists? Training? Something like that?
Yeah, it was more, that's...
Hello, puppy.
I don't know, the makeup artists that I tended to like using
Hello.
were either people like Danny was good, but I sort of trained Danny. Like she came in and I'd got to change the way she was doing it all. And I came across a couple like Penny, Penelope.
I don't know who that is.
Oh no, she ended up moving to Europe. Penny. And then there's a few other really good ones, but they're super busy, and they also took way too long. Like Jackie,
And she's really good.
really good, but she just
Takes ages.
2, 3, 4, 5 hours.
Yeah, but she's really good.
Oh,
Speaking of my planning, I was ranting to you about this before. I was trying to find someone to do my nails. And, like, if you're going to run a business, I guess it even goes for people listening to this who are running a photography business. If you don't have an email address for people to contact you on and you're wanting people to contact you via DMs on Instagram, check your requests to see if you've got potential new clients. Because I contacted this girl like 5 days ago now. That's what her posts say, contact via DM to book. So I've sent her a message asking to book her and she hasn't even opened it. Like, that's just silly.
yeah, it's...
Like, how are you supposed to run a business if you're not going to...
Well, I run a business, but I hardly ever check my DMs unless they're people I know.
I check them.
Oh, do you?
But
Sometimes.
I check them, but sometimes I don't. But sometimes I don't see them.
But it's really not. That's not really.
But we also have ways like to
Well,
contact.
everything has an email address
Exactly.
on it.
So normally for business we do it via email. But if you
yeah.
don't have an email address available for people and you're telling people contact me via DM to book, and then you're not going to check your requests for potential new clients, that's just silly. That's just bad business practices.
Yeah, well, I've found that I ordered a new little puppy while I was away, and the first... Yeah.
Oh, okay.
When I first looked it up, it was only because I watched the friggin' Wizard of Oz, was it?
Return to Oz.
Return to Oz. And then
Did you like
Toto is practically a griffin.
Yes.
And then it got me thinking about griffins again. So we got up there and I went onto the breeders, did a search on breeders of griffins and found one on a breeder site. And I sent a message from there, but also I had a phone number. So I tried to ring that, didn't go anywhere. I phoned about 4 hours later, still rang out. I then left a voice message there. And then she came back with a text message saying, "Oh, so sorry, I couldn't answer the phone before. I've only just got home from hospital. I'm going to bed now. I'll contact you tomorrow." No contact the next day. I waited till the day after and just say, "So you're free for a chat?" No, still no answer. And she's right. She's a proper breeder who's trying to sell a whole litters.
I'm just checking because I get paranoid.
Then I started to think, oh, maybe it was a bad operation and didn't go well. And anyway, found another lady. And
Jared has when this kind of stuff happens to Jared, like if he's struggling, like if he's trying to buy something or whatever and he's struggling, it's like, I just want to give someone my money. Do people not want my money? That's all I want to do is just give you my money.
But I find that with everything. The bigger the companies get, the less their customer service is going to have.
Yeah.
I.e. YouTube. We will just read you a line, even though...
I was so
It was just frustrating because they've sent us back a number and said, this is the reason why we've demonetized
and sent a timestamp.
Timestamp. Looked at the timestamp, there's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
And the person on the phone wouldn't look at it. He said, no, it's already been reviewed by a human. Yeah, sorry, we've looked at it and it doesn't break any of your rules. Can you look at it and tell us which rule it breaks? Oh, no, I can't do that. And then you ask for the supervisor and he said the same thing.
Did you read
pretty much refute? No, I didn't read it.
Yeah, well,
that would have been a month's work for me.
It was friggin' 45 minutes of my life wasted sitting, and it's so annoying. Like I'm sitting there on the...
Just the fact they refused to look at it. Here's the timestamp you said to us. You tell me what's wrong with that timestamp. Oh, no, somebody has reviewed it.
Yeah, but like I'm sitting there on the chat and like I didn't realise because I had a few tabs open. I didn't realise what tab it was. It took me a couple of minutes to realise. And I click, like finally find the tab and they're like, "Hello, are you still there?" And it had been like 2 minutes that I hadn't answered them. And then they put me on hold. They're like, I tell them what's going on. And they're like, "Oh, okay, let me review this. Like, do you mind waiting?" And I was like, "No worries." Takes them like 5 to 7 minutes before they come back to me. So it's okay for them to waste my time while I'm just sitting there twiddling. Because I can't do anything while I'm waiting for them in case I don't answer for 2 minutes and they disconnect me. But yeah, then their answer was, "Oh, the support team can't do anything about this. It's already been reviewed by a human." And I'm like, "But the review was wrong." And they're like, "No, like it's been reviewed by a human." And I'm like, "Yo, but
it's
what
wrong.
They've said is wrong, so I want it reviewed again." They're like, "No, it only gets reviewed once and that's it." I'm like, "So you're..." But I was like, "But there's not..." Like, I was like, "So there's nothing I can do." I was like, "Can I speak to someone else?"
Someone makes a mistake.
Yeah. I was like, "Well, can I speak to the review team if you can't do anything?" No. I was like, "There's got to be someone I can speak to." And so I got a supervisor who just said the same thing. And then said the decision's final and nothing else will be done about this. So it was a lovely start to my morning one day last week. Or at least I was working from bed with my mattress topper. That was the only thing that made it better.
Your mattress topper. I'm certain I was saying, "Are you there? Are you awake? I can hear snoring."
No, I was awake.
You sure?
Yeah, Jared brings me coffee and I worked from bed. It's very comfortable.
Don't get used to that. I'm not putting beds in the studio of my office.
Well, when I'm working from home, it's probably...
I couldn't think of anything worse.
Well, because I sit up. I'm not lying. I'm sitting up. But if I work, like... Otherwise, I've got to sit on the couch with the laptop, like, literally on my lap. Or if I put it on the...
You could sit on the kitchen, on your dining room table, on a proper chair, just like at a proper desk.
Those chairs are uncomfortable and all scratched up from my cat. They're not very comfy. Because if I was I don't know, they're just not comfy. It's comfy in bed.
Comfy in bed.
Yes.
Yes.
But yeah, that was really frustrating. Just repeating themselves and saying they can't do anything.
Yes, but that's why we're going to...
Patreon, which I created. I just need to finish. Well, I need to publish the thing, but I need to put up our first post. And I didn't know what to put up as the first post.
Oh, we're going to put up about 10 posts.
Okay.
Just so as soon as something goes on, it's already been populated.
Cool.
So I already got ideas on
I'll
that
do
stuff
that
to go
once
up.
we finish this. I will go do that.
Go do that.
Oh, bless me.
Bless shoes.
Yes.
Yes, and
And I got a Dutch oven. Jared thought it was very funny when I said that his mother gave me a Dutch oven for my birthday. It was so good. I cooked.
What, she turned up at your house and you were still in bed, so she got in there and gave you a Dutch oven, did she?
It's really nice. I forgot I'd even asked for it because we were around at his parents' place for dinner, and she's got one. It's beautiful teal colour, and it was sitting out on
The colour of it doesn't make the cooking any different.
No, I know, but it was just sitting out on her stove, and I just commented on how nice the colour was, and I was like, I've been meaning to get one of those, like one of the cast iron thingy, the Dutch oven, and she's like, oh, well, it's your birthday coming up. Would you like one for your birthday? I'm like, that is actually a really good birthday present. Yes, please. So got it and I cooked with it last night, and so good. Cooks so evenly.
So evenly.
And it's just so good.
So good.
I felt like the onions
Welcome
smelt
to the
better.
Peter Bec Cooking Show.
I felt like, so I was like cooking my onions and I feel like they smelt better. I don't know. I just really liked it. I've had to tell Jared though, I'm like, because I was reading the instructions, I was like, because I do the cooking, Jared cleans up. It's very nice. Got him trained very well.
That's because you can't pack the dishwasher properly. Tell the true reason why he cleans
No, it's
up.
because I do the cooking. If he cooks, I do the cleaning. We take it in turns. But I told him, I was like, with this thing, you have to let it completely cool before.
Yeah, you can't chill it with water.
No.
And you wouldn't dishwasher it.
No, absolutely not. You have to hand you don't let it air dry. You have to dry it immediately. I've told him this.
You can let it air dry. It won't rust.
What they told me.
I know
no.
they tell fibs.
Fibs.
Fibby wibbies.
But, what else have I cleaned? I've like fully cleaned my kitchen on Saturday as well. I'm such an old lady now.
I still can't believe they sent me some photos of them reorganising their lounge room and turning their wall units a little bit on a 45 into the corner, which made it heaps bigger. And I'm just looking going, that's just not equal. And Beck's answer was, we don't want to move the pictures. No, your pictures, not talking about moving the pictures, move your TV to line up. Because the gap was sort of like this side up and there's so much on the other side.
No, I don't think the pictures are centre either, though.
But that doesn't matter. It's still, you're even more not that centre than...
Well, Jared rearranging the lounge room slightly. Why did he even do
Then
that?
it got you into a whole clean house.
Yeah, because I can't remember what he was doing.
So did you do the whole house or you just stopped at the kitchen?
No, it's a work in progress.
Yeah, it's been a work in progress for 4 or 5 years. Since the day you moved in.
I can't remember what. Oh, that's right. Because of the new TV, the PlayStation couldn't sit where it was, so he was moving that, and then to move that, he had to move stuff, and then he moved the
corner things.
sorry, excuse me.
Sneezy corner things.
The bookcase to move stuff around, and then it looked really good. So then we moved the other one, and we've got more wall space for the light thing. Why am I so sneezy? Nature. And we've got more wall space for the nano leaf. The light thing, the reactive lights.
Like, it looks cool when you got special effects playing, but that would put me off in a movie.
I love it.
Of course you do.
It's my new
Your
hobby.
unicorns.
My hobby's been watching things to...
Super psychedelic coloured things, right? Just to see what happens in the background?
No, like I thought that I watched the Eras tour again because I thought that it would look really cool.
It would have been boring.
Because a lot of the shots is like her on stage with the crowd, and because the camera thing reads the whole screen, and then that's how it knows what colour lights to play, but if it's mostly black, it doesn't shine any lights. And so it was reading the screen, and because it's showing the crowd, which is all dark, it wasn't...
And boring crowd too.
And then I watched a Bring Me the Horizon concert. That looked really cool.
Really cool.
It looked really cool.
Really cool.
They have this one song, and Ollie comes out with like a red flare, and so the whole thing just... And then it like, when there's like this little chant, then it goes purple, and it looked so cool.
So somebody was complaining about our boring content. This is getting up there, talking about the placement of your TV with a light behind it. Well done.
Sorry, I got sidetracked.
You got sidetransed.
There are mozzies out here. Like
I told you there's mosquitoes out here.
it's all right. I'm not getting... Well, if they bite me, they'll just get drunk.
I've caught 3 or 4.
Good on you. There's ants and mozzies are going to be covered in welts.
No, the ants are little black ants. They don't do anything.
Covered in welts and bruises. I'm waiting for a bruise on my knee to form. Walked into a wall the other night.
Well, I watched a really nice movie. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It's called QT8.
QT8.
Yes, it's Quentin Tarantino's 8 movies, and it's a lot of the stars are in the movies talking about it. So talking about the writing of it, the behind the scenes, and yeah, I found it really interesting, and just the different things they said and how different scenes came about and the freedom Quentin gives them. But it was I actually really, really enjoyed it. It was instead of Quentin being interviewed, this is what people firsthand have been working with him. And because Reservoir Dogs was his first movie that he directed, and he was sort of asking people, help me, help me, help me. I forgot that he wrote Natural Born Killers. I forgot he wrote that. And he had True Romance, which you can't tend to get anywhere, so I really like that movie. It's really hard to find. But it was really good that so a lot of the people appeared in different movies. Like some were tied up with lots of movies, and others are only tied up with 2 movies. Like one right back here and then one up here. But
Interesting.
Tarantino wasn't the original... Oh, sorry, not Tarantino. John Travolta wasn't the original person picked for Pulp Fiction.
Really?
Yeah. Whereas I think he absolutely... Well, it made his career again.
Yeah.
But it was good just that lots of things like the N-word being used so much by white people in some of the movies.
I was going to watch Pulp Fiction actually on Saturday night, but I decided on Kill Bill instead.
I was going to watch Jackie Brown on the plane.
That's a good one.
I love Jackie Brown.
That's a
You
good
didn't even know about it till
No, I didn't, but it was really good.
That's why you need to see True Romance, because that was the first movie I think he actually wrote.
Yeah.
And that's a really good movie.
I still need to watch The Hateful Eight. That's the only one I haven't seen that like he wrote and direct.
Yeah, I liked it. But it's basically, as I said to Bec, it is, and somebody mentioned it in there, I thought, shit, it actually is. It's basically Reservoir Dogs set in the snow in Western times.
Interesting. I should give Inglourious Bastards another go as well. I didn't like it when I watched it.
I love that movie.
I know you do. Jared likes it as well, but I watched it and I think I actually might have, I don't even know if I got through it. I have seen the ending of it now, but I don't know if I got through it when I think I might have fallen asleep. I just wasn't vibing with it.
Well, see, the Bear Jew, he was the barman in, and I didn't even know that till I looked back and saw it. He was the barman in Death Proof.
Interesting.
Yes, it was so incestual, his actors and that. But the Bear Jew is also Jewish.
I feel like a lot of directors are like that, though. They tend to have
their favourite
actors.
Or team.
Yeah. Like, you just look at, like, how many Tim Burton movies have Johnny Depp in them. And Helen.
Well, how many Tarantino's has Samuel L. Jackson?
Yeah. I feel like, yeah, certain people find, like, their favourites. And there was someone else I recently found, and they were, like, in all of someone's movies. Can't remember who it was. Great story back.
I like how Tarantino gets in his movies.
Yes, I like that as well.
My favourite one was him playing the Australian in Django.
That was fun.
I really enjoyed that.
That's another good one. Oh, so now love for the Tarantinos.
Yes, I found a page on Facebook, which was a Tarantino appreciation page.
Little fan club for you to join.
Yeah, but they just every day recycle the same things. He did 8 movies. What do we do?
Has he done 9? He's done 9 now.
Kill Bill 1 and 2 is one movie. There's only ever supposed to be one movie.
Well, I only classify it as one. I hate it when people, because when I'm like, Kill Bill's well, it's hard to say if Kill Bill or American Psycho is my favourite, but I'd say
Kill Bill's one by far.
I think it is. I think it's my favourite. But I hate it when I say Kill Bill is my favourite. People are like, volume 1 or 2. I'm like, no, none of this. It's one movie. And when you watch it, you have to watch 1 and 2 together, which is what I did on Saturday night.
Yeah, there's a story behind why it's 2. It was going too long. It was sort of like, well, I can either just finish it and then bring it out as 2 movies. Mm. There's also this talk that they're going to do a prequel of Pulp Fiction.
Oh.
But this was ages ago. That never happened. Oh. I always thought a prequel of Kill Bill would have been great.
I think there were talks of them doing that. Or rumours.
Was it the Vipers? The
Deadly Viper Assassination Squad?
What? Yeah. That would have made a good movie.
That would have been. I'm glad I rewatched it on the weekend. I always enjoy rewatching it, even though I know you always have a go at me for watching things I've already seen, but it's just so I just.
Oh no, I do watch things. I'll sit down. I watched Citizen Kane again the other day, so I would have seen that 4 times I think in my life. But there's something with Citizen Kane.
That's like regarded as like the best movie of all time, isn't it?
Best cinematographer. It's still so unique and different to what anybody else has done. There's just something about it. There's a couple of movies that I watch just for. I still watch a story, but the beautiful way of them telling the story sort of gets me in more. Like Rear Window, I said that to the other day, is one of those movies that someone trying to sell to me something. Yeah, you know it when it goes quiet for a bit. You know that they're doing that, so they can just listen to us podcasting.
That's so funny.
I handed it to the air hostess. We hadn't quite taken off. So, do you want to answer some spam?
Oh my god!
Oh, it was really funny. On the plane,
so
there was 4 Jameses. The pilot, the co-pilot, the head.
Hostess.
And the back one, they're all called James. So there's 4 Jameses on a flight.
Oh my gosh.
And
we're catching a flight soon.
Oh yes, we're going to New Zealand.
New Zealand. We're going to do a potty from New Zealand as well. Well, that'll be not next one, the one after. We'll do a potty from New Zealand.
No, not this one. Not this one. The next one will be New Zealand.
I thought you said you wanted to get ahead.
Oh, get ahead. Oh, yes, I forgot about that. We've fallen behind.
Look at me go.
Look at you go.
Reminding you.
Giving head.
Ew.
No, getting head. Well, it's just as bad either way.
Disgusting.
You're going to need to talk for a minute. I need to top my drink up.
What can I talk about?
Well, can you talk about talk about a subject that is going to keep people happy and listening?
I don't know.
Because obviously our subjects are boring.
I know. We're fine, I think. I don't know what I get so lost when you leave to get another drink. I don't know how to entertain you guys when I'm on my lonesome. Although I did well that time that Peter lost his voice and I had to carry the whole podcast. That was very good of me. I'm excited to go to New Zealand. We are going to do content. Anne's going to be over there with us as well. And fingers crossed it all goes well. We're able to get some awesome content. And then we can do more of these kinds of trips when obviously we're still traveling to work, but instead of like doing workshops, we're doing more content. So that'll be really fun. I'm excited. Never been to New Zealand before. It's going to be the first of 2 new countries I'm visiting this year. I'm visiting New Zealand for the first time. I'm visiting Japan for the first time.
And Sweden?
We don't know if we're going there yet, do we? No,
I thought you'd worked out your...
Fully. We didn't really need to do that.
What was the other one that we were going to? Wasn't there two in Europe we're going to do?
I can't remember. We need to revisit that ASAP.
We do.
ASAP Rocky. But no, I was just saying that we're going to New Zealand to do content, and we're hoping that it goes well so that we can...
So that you still have a job?
So that our
still employed?
we can do more of these trips to travel to create content rather than traveling, doing workshops every single week, which is extremely tiring, especially since we're both old.
Well, now you're past half of my age. The old lady.
Not for very long.
The absolute old lady.
So old.
Really interesting.
I'm in my 30s now. Although I was last year as well. I remember saying that last year when I turned 31. I was like, oh, I'm in my 30s. I'm not 30. I'm like in my 30s. Apparently 30s are like the best years of your lives.
40s.
I thought people
No,
said
40s.
30s.
Well, no, 'cause most people have had kids in their... So when I was growing up, most people had kids sort of mid-20s. And then by the time they got to 40s, they didn't have to look after the kids anymore. Well, you know, they were old enough that they could go and do whatever they liked.
Right.
So then your life
Ouch.
begins again. That's when most...
Again.
Ouch.
I know the tape was like
Oh.
scratching me.
No, I was going to say, I was really enjoying listening to Joe Rogan at the moment with Mel Gibson on there because
What is that?
it's just a little buggy thing with wings and legs. Oh, you blew it. And because Mel Gibson's been known to have his absolute crazy breakouts, and I didn't realise he was a full-on alcoholic and smoked like a chimney. He was fully, but I didn't know he's super religious, super Catholic. But I really take my hat off to people like Joe. Oh, well, the other thing that was really sad, they were like 3 or 4 minutes into the podcast when he goes, I think I just lost my house.
Yeah, I'm really sorry
Which
to
is-
anyone who's affected.
Yeah, in those fires.
It looks really horrible and really scary, and
Oh, and it's just going on so long. Like
Yeah.
some of them flared up again last night.
it's really sad and really scary. And
Luckily, most of the people that we know that we talk to a fair bit, they're all safe and fine.
yeah,
But it was surreal that he just goes, I think I just lost my house. But he kept on talking. But I really take my hat off to Joe Rogan because they were talking about things like, do you believe in Darwin's theory of evolution and all these type of things, and all creatures great and small. Mel Gibson's doesn't. It's like humans, everybody else are just food.
interesting.
And there's no of this, we didn't come from the apes, we just were placed here. And it got really interesting because a couple of questions were brought up about these certain people they found, which were sort of 2/3 human, 1/3 monkey. And they'd been carbon dated to this date, and Mel Gibson said, I don't believe in the carbon date. No, it's completely wrong. It's just rubbish. I just really take my hat off to Joe Rogan. Doesn't argue with them, just lets people have their opinion. When, here's a writer, director, actor saying that the top scientists in the world, although some of them are idiots. But I found it really interesting, even though it's a lot of stuff that I disagree with what's been said. There's a lot of stuff that I'm really liking learning about him and Joe Rogan, because there's a few things that could come up.
You and your
Anyway.
little love for him.
I know it's not a love. There's the last 4 or 5 I listened to a little bit and didn't like. So I'm not into the UFC thing. That's a youth thing.
It is a me thing.
Youth thing. I'm more looking for the creative people and how they've got creative and how they've become who they, what were the things they did that allowed them to do the things they did, and why did they do those things. And Apocalypto, I think, it was really interesting knowing about Apocalypto. Mel Gibson just wanted a movie that didn't have car chases or horse chases, so the chase is all on foot.
Interesting.
And the whole idea of setting that movie up was to have this movie that had this continual chase on foot. Sorry, I'm
We're just sitting here
swatting mosquitoes.
swatting bugs.
Swatting bugs.
Smootings. Interesting. Yes. There is a UFC fight next Sunday.
Oh, you'll be on a plane. Oh, what? No, you won't.
Might
This
be.
Sunday or the following? Oh, you might be, yeah.
Yeah.
What's our flight like?
Can't remember the time, but I think I'll be on a plane, which is... What is that?
It's a cobweb.
Nature is... I don't like nature.
It's a mini little spider.
I like the great indoors. I'm spewing.
We've got. Oh, I didn't show you. I showed you a picture of the spider.
Don't want to see. Peter sends me a photo last night of this gigantic huntsman, which is those spiders that you all see photos of when people are like, oh, look at these giant spiders in Australia. And some of them are exaggerated, but they are pretty big. And Peter sent me a photo of a big one that's in his house at the moment. Like, they're harmless to humans, and
They eat mosquitoes and bugs.
I don't mind them for that reason, but I need them to stay in their lane.
They do. They don't want to be in your lane.
I don't want them anywhere near my lane.
Because things in your lane you do like what my mum used to do to them. Hairspray them to walls.
No, I don't do that.
Well, she used to hairspray them till they stuck to the wall and couldn't move, and then when Dad got home, he had to dispose of them and keep having to repaint walls.
I used to have one at Mum's house. I had one in my bedroom for a while.
I thought you just had wax, but no.
No, I had one that lived in my bedroom for a while, and as long as I could see where it was and it was like not near me, that was fine because I knew that it was going to eat all the old bugs. So
9 times out of 10, they're behind picture frames.
This one was like it was near my door.
No, but I mean when they're just not feeding or wandering, they'll be behind picture frames or behind cabinets because where they live in nature is behind bark.
Well, yeah, I've got some that live underneath the cat proofing on my fence.
Yeah.
And they can sometimes come out and then they go back in. But look, as long as I can see it and it's not near me, if I know it's over there, I'm like, it's over there, that's good. You stay there and you eat those bugs, but you don't come anywhere near me, please, because they are scary looking.
Scary looking.
They're just terrible. Although I'd prefer a spider over a snake. Snakes give me the absolute heebie-jeebies. I cannot deal with danger noodles.
Danger noodles.
Oh, they're just... yuck.
Yuck.
Just the way that they, like, move. Oh, no, I can't.
No, can't.
I can't.
Can't.
It always cracks me up when people go on about, like, oh, you've got such deadly animals in Australia. And I'm like, yes, we do have a lot, but, like, all over the world, there's like, crazy...
Well, America has...
coyotes, rattlesnakes, bears.
And?
Pew, pew.
No, guns, yes. No, I was going to say, then they've got their wild cats, the wolves.
Oh, yeah, true.
All of those. See, we don't have wolves, we don't have bears, we don't have the wild cats. We have dingoes, which are only going to take babies.
Africa's got, like, elephants. Big. And hippo? Do they have hippos?
Hippos are more dangerous than
Yeah.
crocs. Hippos are very dangerous. They eat their own.
Really?
Yeah, they eat their own.
God. And, like, hyenas and stuff. There's, like...
yeah. No, they're very dangerous in Africa.
Yeah. There's heaps. So Australia... But, I mean, I guess we do have a lot of deadly things, yeah.
But just have a look at what people die of.
Yeah.
You'd be lucky if one person died a year of a spider bite or a snake bite. Whereas what is it in America? 1 a second from gunshot.
It's sad.
Anyway, one I was going to bring up is a couple of questions I was asked on
Oh, yes.
YouTube. I started to think, maybe do I need to go back and do some absolute beginner things? Because the amount of people I'm feeling don't understand completely. Like they'd say, the picture I saw in the video looks so different to the picture they see come up on the screen.
Mm.
Well, the picture on video is lit with natural light. The one on the screen is lit by the flashlight, which is a complete different look. And something might have a white background and now it's black. Well,
That's because of
if
the
you
flash.
don't, if you walk into a white room and don't turn any lights on, it's black. I didn't. Is that me being? It was on lots of little comments lately. It was sort of like an inverse square root. You've even seen it on workshops that we say, does everyone know what it is? And everyone puts up their hand, and I then say to people, do you really understand what it is? Can you explain it? And it's pretty quick. They say, can you explain what your version of it is? And as soon as I do it, they go, oh, I never thought of it like that. That makes it really easy.
Maybe you should do that then.
Yeah, I was more just asking out loud, but I didn't want to feel like I was belittling people. But maybe, I don't know, just there's a question.
I think so. I think even if you just started it and explained, like, hey, I'm not doing this to, like, mansplain. I'm just doing it to help people that...
Mansplain?
Yeah.
What's mansplain?
It's like when men feel...
When men talk to women.
And they feel the need to, like, be...
The tap, by turning it this way, it turns it on, and turning it this way, it turns it off. Yes. If you try and turn it that way, it can't go any more off.
Yes.
And you can't expect to get hot water out of the cold tap.
It's
But just water coming from a place. Have you done this?
It's like when they over-explain something that you're like, I'm aware, like, I know this. You don't actually need to, like, try and over-explain this simple thing that I'm already aware of. It's called mansplaining.
Mansplain. So how does a light bulb work?
You turn it on.
Yeah, but how does it actually make light?
Because it's got, like, electricity and, like, volts.
It has volts.
and stuff. And
Well, this has electricity and volts.
yeah, and it's got a light.
No, that's an LED.
LED light.
But that's not... Well, somehow... A lot of houses have LEDs now.
I have LEDs.
Oh, you have LEDs.
Yeah, because I was thinking the other day, I was like, why have I never had to change the light bulbs in this house that I've been here for like 5 years? And then Jared said that they're LEDs.
LEDs. I'm surprised you don't have Hue LEDs so you can change the colours in all your rooms to reflect your mood.
I would like
they
that.
just all come up black.
I want them, but they're expensive.
They are expensive.
That's why I don't have them.
They do last for a long time.
Yeah, but I'm poor. I have a wedding to pay for.
You wanted it, suffer.
I've decided I'm not doing the taster, speaking of. Sorry, you guys only have a couple more.
It's the Bec Wedding Podcast. This will only go for another 3 or 4 months, since you'll have 2 months. How many sleeps?
I don't know.
You saw, I bet you there's a big crossboard above you. It'll be like your bedroom's like a prison cell with all the lines on it and the crosses, days counting down.
I was going to do a tasting for the menu at the venue that we're getting married at. And Jared won't be there and he'll be away for his bucks party. So I was going to go with my best friend. We're going to pretend we're lesbians getting married. Just for the fun of it.
But they know it's not.
But no, because there's other people there. It's not just like...
Oh, so it's like maths. You just want to go because it's going to be like married at first sight.
It's $140 per person. It's like nearly $300 for me and my best friend to go just to take... I think it's like a sit-down thing and they give you like a little sample of like everything on the menu. But $140 a person, like that's... insane.
So if they've got meat and 3 veg as the main, are they going to give you a little sample of each of the veggies?
I don't know. I'm not doing it because I just find that to be absolutely... Like, if we hadn't booked the venue, or if someone hadn't booked and they were just like umming and ahhing about where to go and the food was really important to them, I could understand. But we've locked in, we're paid, we can't cancel. We're paying them a lot of money.
The wedding's it's not a food tasting.
Well, that's what I've come to the agreement. And I guarantee you in 5 years' time, Jared and I aren't going to sit around and be like, oh, yes, that chicken we had at our wedding was exquisite. Like, and I probably won't even eat. I'll probably be too excited and anxious and not have an appetite.
There's only 2 weddings I can remember. I can't even remember the food on my wedding.
This is what I'm saying. I'm not
But there's 2 I can.
Nikki's.
Nikki's, because
We went to Coco.
we went to a private teppanyaki bar, and one of the few weddings ever photographed, which was a Vietnamese wedding, and it was like this 14-hour wedding. Like we had to go. There's all the firecrackers in the street of the bride's house and all this other stuff. But when we got to the reception, the very first course was crayfish tails or lobster. The second was mud crabs, and oh my God, the food was... I don't think I took any photos. I just think I ate.
Oh, I'm not going to do that because I'm not wasting my money. I feel like it's...
I agree. I think it's silly.
And I just think it's like ludicrous to ask that much money. Like, I feel like if they were like, if you haven't booked, it's this much. If you have booked, like, it's $70
We don't need
a
a taste because we're not changing the menu anyway.
It's just silly. So no, I'm not doing that. I save my money and yeah.
And yeah, that's your best answer. And yeah, so if anybody gets an email back from Bec saying, and yeah. So what is your thumbnail going to be?
I will probably have a little party hat on.
Oh, so I've been discontinued again.
No, you haven't been discontinued. You were a gnome last.
You'll just make me a cake.
Yeah, you can be a cake and I can...
Eat it. Yeah, that's not very
I'm going to have a little party hat on because it's my birthday. I can sing Taylor Swift all year because she has a song called 22 and I'm 32, so I can
it's not the same. You can't...
I can change it. I'm changing it to 32. What? I can do that. I can do anything today. It's my public holiday.
No, you said for the rest of the year.
Yeah, true. I did.
Anyway, people have started cancelling her. She's out of vogue now. 23's done. She's done. Never to be repeated.
23's done.
Well, there's always a wave of one person every year. That's her wave. So you won't have another wave.
It's fine.
It's only downhill from here.
That's fine. That's fine.
She'll most likely, next will be Britney Spears dancing video or something. Something came up over Christmas. Oh my God, it was so bad. I think it's time to lock her back up again.
She makes me really sad. I can't look at her content.
You can't?
No, it makes me sad. Like, seeing...
It's the eyes that get me.
Just seeing
There's something wrong. I've seen those eyes before. Bec when she's angry now.
It makes me too sad. I can't look at it.
You can't look at her.
No. But yeah, I think I'll do a little me with a party hat on.
A party hat.
Yes. I need to find I'll find a nice photo of me and I'll put a party hat on me. Maybe
So everything's going to be photoshopped now. Lucky I paid for the new Adobe.
No, well, we haven't taken any photos.
What's with everybody putting their price up like 10 times higher than inflation?
Oh, with Adobe, yeah.
Not Adobe, our security system. So our monitoring for the studio and the monitoring here went up 30% in 1 year. Like we've never, Inspire stayed the same price now for 8 years?
Well, I've been here for nearly 7 years, so...
Yeah, we've never put it up. We just be more economical, or try to be.
Bookkeepers put their price up.
Yeah, bookkeepers put their price up. There's all the other people who don't know they put the price up because they're all hidden prices.
Oh, I played... On Friday night, we played my made-up game.
Your game.
That I called Game, very creative of me. And because when we play it, we cue songs on YouTube and then it sends to the TV, and Jared and I take it in turns queuing songs. But Jared pays for YouTube Premium. I don't. But
Well, they put their price up.
Well, so that's what I'm getting to.
And they didn't pay the people at Content Crate didn't get a pay rise, but YouTube put their price up to everybody else.
So like I said to Jared, I was like, oh, well, I'll have to queue on your phone because he always complains when I queue a song that we have an ad before it. So I was like, I'll queue them on your phone so we don't have ads. But then YouTube keeps asking me to try 1 month free premium. So I was like, oh, I'll just activate that and then I can queue it on my phone. And it's like, oh, select your plan and you got a first month free, and then after that we'll bill you. And they had like premium light, which I think said something about there's sometimes still ads on certain things.
You can't have...
It was something like that. And then there was like YouTube, and it was like $22 a month.
They've gone up that much, have they? They used to be like $9 or $8.
It's $22 a month.
But I saw... Where was
I was like,
it? I
that's
saw...
a joke.
Oh, yeah, there's just a game on a phone. If you didn't want any ads, it was $9 a month.
A month, not even a one-off. My goodness.
Not a one-off, $9 a month.
Everything's so crazy.
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 There's a subscription you can buy, which is it'll find every one
Every
of your
subscription you've got. No, you've told me about that.
You've got to subscribe to them.
It's wild. That bruise is coming up on my knee when I walked into...
And what's the bruise on the back of your leg?
Where? I don't know.
Yeah, that leg.
This one?
Yeah, on the back of it. See the line?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know.
I bruised like a peach. Yeah, no, I think it was actually Friday night. I turned off all the lights. We were going to bed, and I turned off all the lights, and then I walked around the corner to go down the hallway from the kitchen and walked into the door frame, like right on the corner. Bashed my neck.
So you'd be no good if you turned blind.
No.
I pretty much could walk around my house with eyes closed.
Obviously, I can't.
No, obviously.
I had a couple of wines.
I don't believe that. I can't see that ever happening.
Anyways, we should wrap this up and go post on Patreon.
Go set that off, and I have to finish a couple more tutorials. And I finally get to shoot again this week.
Woo!
Don't know what yet, but we shoot.
Some things.
My crystal's not helping. Nothing's happened. We're waiting for it to glow. I've been rubbing it and they haven't glowed.
I don't think they glow.
Oh. So why do people have them?
I don't know. They apparently have healing properties or something. I don't know.
So if I put it on the leech bite, it will heal it?
I don't know. I'm not a crystal person.
You're not a crystal person?
No.
Yes, you are. You have a crystal.
I don't know, like when I say a crystal person, I mean like there are people that like put them out in the moon to charge them and like say they have all these like certain ones do certain things and stuff. I don't know all of that stuff.
Oh, so like the people who believe in signs, star signs. Is that like people like that, is it?
Star signs are so real.
It's so real.
They are.
It's so real. So what happens when a falling star falls? Does someone die? Well, their star's gone.
I don't know.
Yeah, so you know how the star signs are made up of the stars. What happens if one of those stars gets destroyed by a comment? Does everybody born under that comment? Yeah, someone's comment on YouTube destroyed it. Does that mean everybody under that star sign it now implodes?
I don't know. Great question though.
Well, I saw something. Someone's found there's a 4-code number to get into the Matrix.
Right.
Yeah, I was trying to work out that as well.
Interesting.
Then there's something that's going to be announced in 2 weeks that we're all going to be surprised about.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I know. There was something going to happen about a month ago that never happened. It's like those doomsdays. It gives you a date. The world's going to end. And when it passes, you go, we were looking at the wrong clock.
Remember when the whole 2012 thing was a thing?
No?
Yeah, the world was going to end on December 21st, 2012, I think it was, something like that.
So why didn't it?
I don't remember. It was like ages ago.
I did see someone who was against the whole climbing, warming of the planet. Do you know in the last, I think, 100 years, the planet's been cooling, not warming. We've been told it's warming, but the actual real facts on the long term shows it's cooling.
Would you like me to get you some tin foil?
Tin foil? No, I'm telling you what someone said. But they had all the scientific proof because they can work out hot years and wet years and cold years just by tree growth. The rings on the tree.
The rings.
Show us your rings.
No, thank you, you pervert.
Imagine going up to a dead tree and say, show us your ring.
You weirdo. Anyways, we should get back to work.
I'm talking about stuff we shouldn't be talking about.
We should just get back to work.
I promise you Beck will have something interesting to say next week.
I did.
Except it's my birthday, my Beck day.
I did have interesting stuff. Anyway, we're going to get back to work. You guys have a great week. What?
I'm just saying if you looked any older.
You guys have a great week. Thank you for joining us for my Beck Day. And we will speak to you again soon.
And surprise, surprise, surprise. Let's see what thumbnail she comes up with this week.
Bye.
See ya.